Hey guys, Karl Matthews here. Um, I think it's finally time for an update. Today, this isn't really scripted. I don't really think it needs to be scripted, but this is pretty much an update video and also an explanation for why I left about a year ago. Yeah. So, why hasn't there been that good of videos recently? Like, I'm not really proud with anything I've created in the last, say, year or so, apart from like maybe a dark day at the quarry. I think I think out of all the videos I've made in the last year, that's like the only one I'm proud of. But yeah, why haven't videos been coming out? Well, pretty much I hate to be one of these, I don't feel motivated, but I don't know, it's sort of like I desperately want to make a video, but then when I go to make a video, I just suddenly all the energy for it just kind of leaves, and it's weird. Another thing is I don't really have the stuff to make good quality videos. Like, I don't have set space, I don't have a smoke machine. I know many people will be thinking like, well, you don't need those things, they're just like little details, but like, personally, I just can't be satisfied by a video of mine if it doesn't have what I want in it. I know it sounds weird, but yeah. So let's move on to why I left in the first place. So this actually could tie in to why I have been making that many videos recently. So for those who are new, I used to have a channel that was created back in 2012, and I had made all sorts of content on it, but it was mostly Thomas. And over the years, my subscribers were just building and building, and by the time of 2019, I was like hitting 3k subscribers. Around that time, I had like a smoke machine, an actual proper collection that I looked after. I had space to store my engines. I had like a table that I could build sets on. It was good, and I had a series too. It was called The Legends of Sodor. And all was good, and then I finished season 1 and I took a break for the Christmas holidays, and that's pretty much when the trouble started. I decided that I should continue my break and try give pretty much my videos a new look. At first I wanted to switch to Bachmann because at the time of season 1 I was on like a model series craze. Like, I loved anything model series, and I was like, I want my engines to look like it. So I said, I'll just pause the series and just try get a Bachmann collection going. But of course, Bachmann isn't that easy to collect, so yeah. And then I said I'll switch to Take Along or Take and Play, and I did for a while, and I'd written scripts for episodes and everything, and pretty much they never got made, mostly just due to customs and stuff like that. And plus, I wasn't really satisfied with the Take and Play engines anyway. I only really chose them because I had more Take and Play engines than Trackmaster engines. So yeah. So you may be wondering, what does this have to do with me leaving? Well, come, I'd say around February 2020, I suddenly lost interest in Thomas. Like, I didn't really feel the need to keep making Thomas videos, and I just sort of felt like I needed to move on in a way. And you know, I kind of overdid it. Like, I got rid of my table, I put most of my engines up in the attic, you know, I started hanging out with new friends. Like, my whole life changed pretty much. And then the pandemic happened. It was like the first lockdown, and everyone, you know, was stuck inside or whatever. And I figured, like, well, you know, what could I do to keep myself occupied? I said, you know what, I'll go back to making videos. So I think it was around April or March 2020, I made a recreation of Karl Matthews 8. And I started trying to post videos on it again, but like, they were never the same. Like, For those who remember my videos back in 2019, like, you have to admit they're not, like, the videos nowadays are not half as good as the ones I used to make. And yeah, it's also like I don't really know what I want to do. Like, sometimes I want to do Trackmaster content, other times I want to do like actual Bachmann, like, model railway stuff. Other times I want to have my series set in the CGI series, then the classic series, and then the railway series. And I've tried like combining all three, but it just doesn't work for me. And I figured, well, if I don't know what I'm doing, then why bother doing it? So, you know, that's why I haven't really been making consistent videos, or like a consistent series, because I haven't a clue what I'm doing, pretty much. I also want to try and get like my personal life figured out too, not just like Thomas videos related, but just in general. Like, I'm kind of struggling to I'm trying to find out who I want to be, pretty much. Whereas around 2019 I had it all figured out, whereas now, again, like the Thomas content, I have no idea. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, like, I have so many things planned, but I have nothing planned at the same time. I know it sounds weird, but I don't really know what to do anymore. That's the long and short answer of it. You know, like, I think to myself, like, oh, it'd be fine once I get my series going, but honestly, like, I'm not sure, because it's hard to think of original ideas for a series that hasn't already been done. You know, like, oh, James boasted to Henry, and then James crashes and Henry helps him. Moral of the story, James was an asshole. You know, like, I just think of that and I'm like, that's all the series is gonna be. So I don't really know if I should even bother making one, but at the same time, I want to make Thomas videos. You know, it's really confusing for me to try and figure out what I want to do, or if I even want to do it. And I honestly regret leaving so much, because that part of my life when I tried to change who I was, when I deleted my old channel, everything, that's what turned my entire life upside down, pretty much. And I'm just kind of trying to turn it the right way up again, if that makes sense. So yeah, sorry for not making, you know, proper videos. I know a lot of people from my old channel are probably thinking, like, what happened to this guy? Or probably not, like, you probably don't care. But yeah, I figured I would let you know, because I've been meaning to explain for a while why I left in the first place, and the lack of content, or good content, is just something I've been meaning to address since about like June last year or so. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So look, I hate to end things on a depressing note, but 2020 made me realise that as much as I'd want to, I can't do this stuff forever. And if I try, then I'll be seen as a weirdo for it. And I guess that thought never left me, because I can't really enjoy what I used to do the same way I did before I left, as much as I try. So yeah, this is Karl Matthews 8 signing out.